1 Million Cups is a weekly educational program developed by the Kauffman Foundation.
It's a place where our entrepreneurs can come and connect within the community.
There's a real kind of vibe or a real energy here that's about supporting entrepreneurs.
We have 2 presenters each week.
2 entrepreneurs, they come and tell about their journey.
They each have about 6 minutes to present.
You're telling people what you're up to, and you're essentially getting feedback from them.
There's about 15 to 20 minutes of Q&A.
All the questions that they asked us really got us thinking about new ways to think about our business.
It was good to just be able to get that feedback from the rest of the community.
So over the years, we've added more cities. It creates a great energy here to see what's happening across the country.
Last question for you, what can we as a community do for you?
The what can we as a community do to help you question is what really coalesces the community around every single presenter.
When somebody applies to present to 1 Million Cups, they're instructed to watch a series of videos through the Kauffman Founder School website.
It's invaluable information for someone who's founding a startup.
I felt better prepared. I felt more confident. And I think a little more focused than I would have been otherwise. And I not watched the videos of the Founder School, so it was a great way to prepare.
I really like the educational component of 1 Million Cups because it does create that open forum.
You're going to hear great ideas that will help you start thinking even more about what you want to do with your business.
What I've learned from other entrepreneurs is very, very valuable.
The cool thing about 1 Million Cups is that you're amongst other people like yourself.
Just hearing someone talk about their startup, it just was magical to think, wow, there's other people out there like myself.
Sitting in a room with other people that have ideas too, it helps people to leave thinking, you know what, my idea is worth something. It's worth pursuing. It's worth going after it. Even if it looks like a challenge, I should still go out and try to do it.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1 Million Cups Waco. My name is Matthew, lead organizer here for 1MC Waco. Also got Christy on the line with us too. She's our co-organizer. So glad to have you here today. We got some fun stuff in store for you. Super excited. We've got 2 different presenters happening today. So what we're going to do is I got a couple things I'm going to run through just to make sure you guys know what we're getting into. If it's your first time joining us, we're going to have 2 presenters. We're going to have them present the story of their business, the why, the what, where they are, and how we can help support as a community. And then they're going to have a Q&A portion about 10, 15 minutes after that as well. So make sure you're listening to the presentation. Challenge you to ask some intentional questions, not just what's your favorite color, but let's be a little bit more supportive in how we can really support them in their endeavor to really make their business better and help them grow, whether it's creative ideas, ways to help them improve, or just concepts of, hey, have you considered this? So challenge you to do that. If you haven't already this morning, grab a cup of coffee. I am definitely ready to go. Had my cup of coffee. So if you've had yours, make sure you use your hashtag to your pictures. So a couple of things is if you aren't already following us on Facebook or Instagram, if you check us out at 1 Million Cups Waco, you can check out on our Facebook events each week who's presenting, their business, what they're about, and what they're going to discuss on a morning like this. And then on Instagram, we also do a couple of posts here and there to kind of give you some updates as well. So make sure you're following us and keeping up to date. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first presenter. We're going to be having Cornerstone Design, and we're going to have Joshua and Leslie be presenting today. So we're super excited to have them on board, and we're going to go ahead and pass it over to them. So Joshua, Leslie, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys have the floor. So glad to have you and look forward to hearing how we as a community can help you, but looking forward to really hearing your story. So I'll go ahead and turn it over for you guys, okay?
You guys hear me okay? Yay! Okay, we were having technical difficulties earlier. So thank you guys so much for 1 Million Cups for having us. This is just so awesome. I want to share a little backstory of how we heard about 1 Million Cups, and that's through some of our good friends we met through our church, Aaron and Ryan Westbrook from Texas Welding Company. They shared how 1 Million Cups has basically changed their life and so and their business, and so we knew we had to jump on with that. Trying to see here how I can screen share on to do this real quick. Bear with me, we had technical difficulties, and then now I'm trying to figure out my my slides real quick, so just give me 1 second. My name is Leslie. My husband is Josh. He's the one with the awesome baseball cap there. And we are Cornerstone Design Co. So I'm going to see if I can jump into my slides here. Do I just screen share for that? Is that the easiest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so hold on 1 second.
So while she's getting that going, to kind of give us an idea of where we moved to Waco area like 7 months ago, just based off of what the Lord is calling us to do. And in the midst of that, we started Cornerstone Design Co. And we're just excited to see what God's going to do through the company, and just really just excited for this new adventure. Extremely scared at the same time, considering the times we're starting up in. Literally it was almost right as we got the approval to start this business and got our name and everything else. Everything shut down. So here we are, still going, but just really wanting to meet other people in the the business community and just share struggles. And it's like you guys said, and the slide said that the video showed, it's just always looking for ideas and ways to be innovative, just even within our own company, and really just try to thrive here. So
yeah, so yeah, that's a little bit of our backstory. So yeah, Cornerstone Design Co. We are Waco's premier solid surface provider. I'm going to show you a little bit about ourselves. This is our family. So me, Josh, and then we have 3 girls, all under the age of 6. So we're very busy, but so blessed. We moved to Waco back in December. I was native to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Josh was native to Durango, Colorado, and we got married, and then we've lived in Albuquerque, and not until December did God call our family to move to Waco. So we packed up our family and we moved here. My husband, Josh, has 10 plus years of residential remodeling, and I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. So my dad owns, for the past 36 years, a residential remodeling company here in Albuquerque. I'm actually in Albuquerque right now visiting them. Josh is in Waco right now, so that's why we are apart. So yeah, we moved here, and like Josh said, kind of one thing led to another, and God led us to open up Cornerstone Design Co. Just out of a vision of us wanting to own our own business and having a passion for design and remodeling and all of that. So you may hear the name Solid Surface and wonder, what is Solid Surface? So this is what we do. I want you to imagine a product that is non-porous, repairable, virtually seamless, and because this is important to a lot of us now, it's COVID resistant, and it comes with a 10-year warranty. So you're wondering, okay, I need to get my hands on this product because this sounds amazing. This is Solid Surface. So the pictures below are depicting solid surface countertops, and that's what we do. So those are used in lots of different ways, but I'm going to give you an explanation of what solid surface is, because I'm sure some people are familiar with quartz and granite, but not really as sure of what the other options are out there, and that's what we're educating the people of Waco on right now. So solid surface is a man-made material. It's typically composed of combinations of aluminum trihydrate, acrylic, epoxies, polyresins, and pigments. So you're not dealing with like a stone product. It's a non-porous material that's man-made, and it's low maintenance. It's great for surfaces that are used in high uses, so kitchens, laundry rooms, stuff like that. It can appear to look like stone or marble, granite, for those that like that look. But what's really cool about it are the points that I have bullet pointed, which would be that it's durable. So like, again, I said, those high use areas, it's very durable. It's a tough material, so it can take a beating. And I know, as having 3 kids, it's very great for, families and, Sharpie and washable marker and all of those fun things that your kids like to write on your countertop with. It's easy to clean, which I love. It being non-porous, meaning that it's not going to absorb those germs, viruses, molds, stuff like that. It's very easy to clean. Again, non-porous. Repairable, meaning say you set a hot pan on it and it creates a blemish in it, and we're not able to get that out by buffing or by sanding it. We're actually able to cut that part out, put in a piece, and make it completely virtually seamless. So if you can do that with your granite, please give me a call, because that's something that with solid surface, it's incomparable to any of the other options out there. Again, like I mentioned, it's virtually seamless. So you're not limited by your slab size. You're not limited by, I want this funky shaped island or this or that. We can make it basically any shape you want, and you're not going to have these ugly seam lines that can get trapped or that can trap mold or dirt or grime. So that is solid surface. Now you are educated on what solid surface is. Who is solid surface for? I put anyone, because anyone that's looking to use or to remodel a bathroom or a laundry room or an outdoor kitchen or their kitchen, solid surface can be used in so many different ways. It is widely used in commercial settings. So if you've ever stepped foot in a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A, most likely you have encountered solid surface and maybe just didn't know it. So it's used in a lot of commercial settings. It's used for wall cladding. It's used for all different things because of the features that we talked about previously, it being non-porous and it being easy to clean. So it's great for those commercial uses, and then it's just translated over to the residential, because I don't know about you, but when I'm wanting to clean, I want to know it's clean. I want to know that it's not going to harbor bacteria or dirt, or when you're working with chicken, you don't have to worry about salmonella. So it's all of those great things rolled into one. So at Cornerstone, we tackle it all. We start from the design, the fabrication, and the installation. So we actually, in our business model and what we were envisioning for Cornerstone, we really truly desired to have a showroom. So that's what we created. We are in a brand new building off of Highway 6 near the Spiegelville exit, right by Waco Glass. We're in a brand new building, and we have a showroom. So instead of bringing a briefcase full of 2x2 samples to someone's house, we invite them into our showroom to show them our product in action. So you're able to see a full kitchen display, a shower display, a bathroom display. So that's where the design portion comes in. We want people to walk into our showroom and be able to design their dream space by using our solid surface countertops. Fabrication, obviously we're here, we're local. We're family owned. We do all the fabrication in our warehouse that's just behind our showroom. So we're in there doing the fabrication of the material, and our lead times are really short. So you're looking at 2 to 2.5 weeks from the time that you have your appointment, you get your, you have your templating done in your house, to actually having your countertops installed, which is basically unheard of in the remodeling industry right now. You're 6 to 8 weeks out basically on the start of your project. So if you're wanting that quick update of your kitchen or bathroom, countertops are a very great, inexpensive way to go with that. And with the fabrication, we're able to do that quickly. With the install, again, that's going to be very quick. We're here. We're not waiting for some other person to come into the picture and install your countertops. We're with you from start to finish. You're not being passed off to multiple different people and trying to call this guy and can't get a hold of him. We're going to be on the phone talking to you every step of the way, knowing what your lead times are, what's going on in your project. And when that install comes, we come in, install it quickly, and you're able to use your countertops that day. So we wanted to make that a seamless process for the people of Waco, and just remodeling in general, because sometimes remodeling has this connotation of being a nightmare. So we don't want that to be that way for the people here. So when we were thinking about this, Josh and I were talking, and I said, we've talked about our vision for Cornerstone before, but we really were able to nail it down to these 4 points. Relationship is huge for us. We're new here, so we're trying to create a lot of relationship with general contractors, the public, commercial contractors. So relationship is very important to us. Education is another thing. Like I said, most people have not heard of solid surface, or if they have, they're not educated on what it actually is. So we want to show that the community of Waco here that solid surface is an awesome alternative to having your quartz or your granite, and educating them on the benefits that I already educated you guys about solid surface. Design. Our passion is to really help with that design. Some people come in and they know exactly what they want. Some people come in and they don't know what they want. And so we want to be that bridge to help build the design, so people are able to feel comfortable designing their new space. Innovation is our other vision, our last vision. Solid surface is one of the coolest materials that we've ever worked with. If any of you have dabbled in woodworking at all, it's very similar to that. You can take a small piece of wood and turn it into something beautiful. And solid surface is the same thing. Solid surface is able to be thermoformed, which, if anybody knows what that term means, you're basically able to heat the material to about 350, and then you're able to form it into any shape that you need. So that can be in waves, or we can even make sink bowls out of it. Just all different kinds of abilities with solid surface, so the possibilities are endless. So our vision is to be innovative with the material, not just label it as just countertop material. So those are our visions for Cornerstone. Our growth plan is something that we talked about too. It's kind of morphed, which any business plan should with your business. It should change and be reevaluated. So we want to grow our business in several different ways. One way is just with our passion for design, wanting people to come to our showroom and feel and leave inspired. We would really like to have retail home decor sold in our showroom. So say you're getting kitchen countertops. That's great, but I want to restyle my whole kitchen. I don't want the same, rooster theme that I had before. I want something different. So we want to help partner with you in changing that home decor as well. That's something I'm probably more passionate about than Josh is, but that's okay. We also want to provide options for things that go with your countertops. A lot of times when people redo their countertop, they're also redoing their backsplash, or they're saying, I want to redo my flooring too. I'm going to paint my cabinets, but I want to do new flooring. I don't want to do a new countertop or backsplash. So that's something that we'd like to do, is offer more options for our customers, so they're not having to go to 6 different places for one remodel. They're able to kind of be a one-stop shop with us. And then we also have opened up through relationship already. Our vision and growth plan is to have it to be a place where designers, either interior designers or just we even have some friends that are house flippers, for them to be able to meet their clients at our showroom and make all their selections there. So again, kind of reiterating what I said, we want our showroom to be a place that's homey and inspires people. And so if that's a place that people can use kind of as a common ground area, that is our vision as well. So that's basically my presentation. And yeah, so.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Way to go. So I'll kick it off. We're going to start a Q&A portion right now. I will kick it off with just kind of a kickoff question. I love how you said at the beginning, you guys just moved here, felt like you're supposed to be here in Waco. I would love to just kind of ask the question, why Waco? Like you say, you know, the Lord drew you here. I have a similar story to you guys, so it's kind of cool. But just kind of get it down to the fine detail of like, why a business in Waco? Did you see a market for it? Was it just the heart of the community? What drew you here that really said we're supposed to be here?
Yeah, so for Waco, this is kind of a funny story because basically in September, Josh, I'm going to reveal your age, babe, sorry, but Josh turned 30 and we wanted to go on a vacation, our first vacation since our honeymoon of almost 8 years being married without children. So we were like, we're either wherever we can fly with Southwest, that's within 2 hours, we're going to go there. And us both loving design and obviously remodeling, we decided on Waco mostly because of Magnolia. I had been here a couple times before to visit Magnolia, but he had never been here. So we came here and had a great vacation. We did about this much Magnolia and this much of, honestly, of God encountering us and our family here and just connecting us with community that we felt was lacking where we currently were. And so we were just drawn here. I really can't explain it more than just us drawn here. And then just the business part of it, that was something we've always really wanted to do, but it wasn't going to happen here because my family already owns a remodeling business, so it wouldn't really make sense for us to do it. So then when we moved to Waco, Josh had a great job and everything, and then COVID hit and he unfortunately lost his job. And so we were like, okay, God, well, what do you have for us? And he really led us to start pursuing opening a business. And just God is a God of steps for us. So it was just one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. And that's kind of what led us to opening.
Wow, that's so cool.
We have a couple of questions for you. What is the price per square foot from Donny Hunter?
I can answer that. So cost of Corian, when you think of pricing for Corian or solid surface in general, you got to kind of think of it in the same sense of like granite and quartz. Typically speaking, what you do is unless it's like a remnant piece, you know, you can price per square foot on remnant pieces. But if it's a you know, a job that's requiring, you know, more than a remnant can handle, you're buying a half sheet or a full sheet of solid surface material. So we typically price it off of the material necessary to purchase plus our fabrication cost. And if there's any like driving or anything like that, that's, you know, we put that in as well. But as far as that goes, if we have like programs for like, you know, contractors and stuff like that where we have builder pricing, which helps with the cost. But I would say if you had to put a square foot cost to it for the contractor, probably typically ranges anywhere from $34 to $80 a foot, depending on the color grade that you choose. But to the consumer, it typically averages $40 or $45 to I would say about $100 is typical price range. But yeah, it's, you know, it's relatively, it's probably a touch cheaper than quartz and granite. It's not, this isn't like your cheap option, like, you know, hopefully I don't offend anyone, but cultured marble or anything like that. I mean, those options are the cheaper options, cost-wise and everything. So solid surface is not meant to be your cheap option. It's meant to be your value option, if that makes sense. It's meant to be there. If you don't want granite and the maintenance of granite or anything like that, or the cost of granite, you know, come to us. We'll give you solid surface. We'll give you an impeccable warranty with it, you know, and amazing customer service. So people come in thinking, oh, it's just countertops. You know, countertops are a very big part of any remodel. So it's a cost in the job that typically gets overlooked, I would say. So anyways, you know, I would say that price wise, we are very competitive, considering all other markets, you know, but it's also relative to the person, what they think it's worth. So that's why we're here to, you know, educate people also on what solid surface is and the beauty of it.
David Laws asks or mentions, if you haven't already, I'd recommend meeting with Kate Paul Holt at the Association of General Contractors. He'd be an amazing resource for y'all.
Thank you so much for that. We are in the process of applying for the AGC, so we appreciate that. Yeah, we will definitely look into that. Thank you so much for that suggestion.
Joshua, I loved how you said what you just phrased. It's more the quality of the product that you offer, more premium. And I think that's where a lot of businesses lose value in their product, is when they sacrifice that quality and the professional level of, hey, no, we offer something that's premium. That's that key component there. So I really like how you phrased that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we don't, I don't want to sacrifice just for the sake of getting a job, because there's a point where you can't cross, you're not don't price yourself out of business,
Aaron Westbrook says, I really want a custom table. Would solid surface work for something like that as well as countertops?
Yeah, it can work for anything, Aaron. It's gosh, I mean, the sky's the limit with solid surface. I mean, it's used everywhere. It's used outside because, it does really good with sunlight, direct sunlight, and the weather conditions. There's really nothing it can't handle. Only thing that you have to consider, is the type of surface that's being used. What kind of traffic is it going to see? And that's with any countertop. You want to select a material, that's going to take the beating, for the project. So, you got to think about more so, let's just say, yes, that works fine. It'll work for any kind of table. Just think about what kind of finish and color you're going to want depending on the traffic that that top's going to get.
Any other questions?
I have one, then I have the last question. In a nutshell, how have you guys been marketing yourselves? Have you gotten involved with chambers? 1MC is a great way to get out there too. What are some other avenues that you guys have considered doing to really, broaden that reach?
Great question. Shipley's Donuts and word of mouth. Yeah, we've been going out to all different contractors and just knocking on their door and, just saying, hey, this is us. Here's some samples of our material. If you want more, let us know. This is what we do. This is who we are. And here's some donuts for the day. So, and it's,
I love that.
Yeah, it's been, Leslie gets most of the credit for that. She's the one that's been championing that. But we've also been working with other contractors here in Central Texas. We have a couple of franchises that are going to be doing business with us. So we're just getting ready to roll those out right now. So, I mean, it's just been us going out and talking to these contractors mainly, because most of our business is going to be through a contractor. And then otherwise just, utilizing the online stuff. So.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Last and final question for you guys. What as a community can we do to help support you guys?
I was thinking about that question because you guys are so kind and you let us prepare for it ahead of time. Yeah, so it kind of piggybacks off of the question that you just asked as far as marketing. But one of it is kind of a question back to the community is I would love to have people share creative ways that they're getting their business seen, creative ways that they've had to overcome with COVID and everything that's going on, because it's changed a lot. So that would be one way. I would love to hear more testimonies of people's businesses overcoming being affected by COVID. So if you have a testimony or something to share, we would love to know that bright light at the end of the tunnel. Again, we're just really looking for connection with other business owners. We're all about learning from the people that have already gone before us. And if you have tips and tricks of things that really worked for you or didn't work for you, unfortunately, we would love to learn from your failures in a way. And then I know it says don't be broad and say tell your friends, but in a way, please do tell your friends. If you hear that they're remodeling, please do tell your friends. So
I love that. That's something that's so cool is here in Waco, what I great presentation. Go ahead and give you guys a round of applause. Way to go.
Yeah.
So glad that, man, that's so cool. And we're excited to have you here as well. So you've got a community here that's ready to support you and to be on your route for you. If you need anything, let us know. What I wanted to capitalize and say was that what's so neat is just that last phrase you said, Leslie, about just being in the community and leaning on the community versus leaning on what you know and where you've been. You're being a sponge, so to speak, to soak up the experience. That's what this whole purpose of 1MC is. The vision behind what we do is that we want to create a space where people can come in and use their voice with the experience that they have. And all the people on this call and that are watching live, we all have specific traits or specific experience that we can offer each other to help push us forward. And that's what I like to call community collaboration. And that right there by itself will launch us a lot farther than we could do on our own. So way to go. Thank you guys for jumping on, being a part. We're going to go ahead and introduce our next presenter and let him take the floor, Mr. Donny Hunter himself. Man, I am so jealous where you are. My background has no comparison where you are, Donny. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you and let you kick it off, all right?
Okay. Can you see my screen? Yep. Good. Good. Well, good morning. I'm Donny Hunter, locally known as the small biz guy. And been around Waco for 30 years now, and been around entrepreneurship for, gosh, almost 60 years. And so one of the things I'd like to start off with first is just a little motivational quote for the morning, and that'd be afraid not to take the leap. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. And that to me is kind of a motto. One that and another gentleman that was a good mentor and friend of mine, Jim Serbascu, always used to say, when we get in the middle of trying to put something together, he'd say, well, let's just get the missile in the air and we'll figure out where to aim it later. And so those are kind of two mottos from an entrepreneur. And then just a little background on me is, number one, I'm a car guy. All the way from 16 years old, and in the Mr. Bardall Corvette was the world's fastest Corvette. Bill Medina, a good friend of mine, owned it, won the world championship in NHRA drag racing, and set the land speed record for 65 Corvette in 1968 of 163 miles an hour. So that was a fun thing. I had motorcycles, I always had cars, but I started my first business when I was 12. And that was a newspaper route. And that was back in the old days when a 12-year-old would strap a bag on himself and put 200 newspapers in it and walk the neighborhoods and put them on the front porch and lay them by the milk bottles that were being delivered. You didn't ever throw them. They had to be laid there. And so you delivered them, you collected the money at the end of the month, and you sold subscriptions. And I was a 1099 employee. At the time I had no clue I was an entrepreneur, but that was where I learned my first experiences in dealing with entrepreneurship. And so basically I've done that now for 60 years in one form or the other. Enjoy it. And then now the last 25 years have been more in the consulting side of the business and working with small business owners, just like Joshua and Leslie, and enjoy it. And then I contract with a couple of different companies that I'm going to show you in a minute. One thing I did yesterday, I just thought, never done this. I went into a Webster's dictionary and pulled out the definition of an entrepreneur. And that's one who organizes, manages, and assumes the risk of a business or an enterprise. And then characteristics of an entrepreneur. I thought this was very interesting. You might well wonder whether entrepreneur simply means a person who starts a business and is willing to risk loss, that should be probably in capital letters, in order to make money, or whether it carries an additional connotation of farsightedness and innovation. And the answer is probably that it carries both of those, which I really think is very true. And some of the advantages of being an entrepreneur, and this is the reason I've kind of stayed in this arena my whole life, is that you control your destiny. You have the time and the freedom to spend doing what's important to you. You have unlimited earning possibilities, and I have nobody else to blame for it. And I have location independence. I can do my business anywhere. And then you have the chance to leave a lasting legacy. So that's your entrepreneurial lesson for today. My first, one of the first companies that I've contracted with for now about 27, 28 years was Profiles International. That was actually started here in Waco. It's now owned by Wiley Training, which is the largest training company in the world. And our primary product is the PXT Select. And this is a great assessment tool used in hiring, managing, team building, all areas of anybody that has employees, basically, whether it's one employee or 200 employees. It's a tool that really helps you make decisions. And so I've got a short video that I'll show on this.
Great organizations know that success begins with hiring the right people. Hiring is about more than simply filling a role. It's one of the most human decisions we can make.
Oops.
Human connection is a powerful thing. In fact, our success is always hinged on our ability to work together. With the right people working together, we thrive. When the right people are in the right jobs, work turns into something much more meaningful than a paycheck. Being in the right job can be transformational for our organizations, our lives, and for those around us. Finding the right job fit is so important, and we believe it should be done right. That's why we created PXT Select. Simple, human, smart.
So when you look at these tools, it provides 4 steps that I think are critical in the hiring, managing, and working with your employees. Number 1 is having a plan, knowing the job. We help you identify and develop job descriptions as part of our process. It's assessing. This is knowing your candidates, who they are and how they fit. And then number 3 is knowing the fit. So you have a model for that. You can understand more about what goes into that person fitting into your organization. And then finally engaging, that's knowing the people, matching them up with managers, helping them develop and move forward in your organization. So it can be a critical tool to help you unpack kind of the unknown of who am I hiring and how are they going to fit into my culture and my organization. And so this is a way to objectively look at one aspect of your hiring process. Normally it should be about 1/3 of your decision, but it provides some very good, accurate information. So that's my PXT side of what I do. And then next, I also contract with Legal Sheild. And that's probably what most of you know me for more than anything else. And Legal Sheild has a suite of tools. I work mainly in their business solutions division, which gives us quite a few different tools that small business owners can use, both for their family side, personal side, and for their business. And then I kind of picked out a couple of things that I thought people probably really don't know that we have. And one of those is the launch program. And what this is for people that are forming a business, just like what Joshua and Leslie did. We have a program called Launch, which is a whole complete package for setting up your LLC, filing it, everything is turnkey. And the neat thing about that program is that it also includes the first 3 months of our small business plan, which gives you unlimited consultation with our Texas law firm. And so this video will give you a little overview of that.
Thinking of starting a business? Ready to turn your hobby into a business? Launch by Legal Sheild is the smarter, better, faster way to start your business in any state. Starting a business is a big deal, and that's why we provide the tools to make the process painless. And unlike competitors, we integrate a lawyer into the process to make sure you get the advice and guidance you need to start your business the right way. With Launch by Legal Sheild, you get a 3-month Legal Sheild membership, so you'll have direct access to a dedicated law firm as you start your business and beyond. Whether you're looking to form an LLC, corporation, or a sole proprietorship, we make it easy with our online questionnaire, and you have access to a dedicated law firm to answer any questions you may have. Here's how easy it is to start your business with Launch. First, complete the online questionnaire. If you have any questions, we're here to help. Next, select the package that best fits your needs and review your answers. After you place your order, you'll receive a call from your lawyer within 8 business hours or less. Your lawyer will review your answers and paperwork with you, as well as answer any questions. After your consultation, the attorney will review your answers and documents, and we take care of the rest. We'll handle the filing with the state. Your new business documents will arrive at your door. And congratulations, you're in business. Once your business is formed, your law firm can help you with any legal questions that come up and help you avoid common pitfalls that can happen when you don't have a lawyer on your side. Your law firm can review contracts, answer employment questions, help with debt collection, and more. You have unlimited consultations for your business, so call anytime. Your dedicated law firm is there for you every step of the way. Through our legal services, we protect and empower 4.15 million lives. We have top law firms throughout the U.S. and lawyers that average 22 years of experience. Rest assured, you're getting quality legal advice through a top law firm that's dedicated to you. If you want to get your business started the right way, use Launch by Legal Sheild, the smarter, better, faster choice.
Okay. The launch program starts at $145. That includes that whole package, and then it has a couple other packages that if you want the seal put in with it and all kinds of fancy stuff. The basic $145 program, though, is all it takes to get your business rolling. Then the second aspect is protecting your identity. And as it says here, your privacy is your business. Protecting it as ours. We've just expanded what we... Okay, let me go back here. We've expanded what we're doing and added privacy and reputation management to our program. And so we've got a video now that'll run through that, and then I'll add some comments on the other side.
Considering that almost everything comes with terms and conditions, we've all signed up for something without really thinking about how it affects our privacy. Because really, what's the risk? That your email address gets sold to a spammer? Bad things happen, sure, but to other people. What's the worry? But the reality is, your privacy has been compromised by being tracked and sold. When every app, service, and product starts with giving consent to access information, when companies have immense growing collections of data, which might be more sensitive than you think, then the opportunity for exploitation is increasing daily. This isn't just about getting mildly creepy ads after you casually mention buying a car. It's about people taking the information you give, or don't give, to create a complete profile of you so they can not just target you, but attack you. This is about apps tracking your location and keeping records. It's about your devices watching and keeping tabs on you. It's about keeping your kids safe from predators and cyberbullies. It's time to take back control of your data and your privacy. ID Sheild can help make protection personal, giving you tools and services that go beyond reactive alerting, so you can check and adjust your data settings on your important apps, services, and accounts. Manage what people can find out about you. Help secure your sensitive accounts and information against hacks. Know if your kids are being targeted or harassed online. Control who can see what you share when you post, watch, browse, and comment. ID Sheild is the only product that comprehensively equips you with privacy management and guarantees that if your privacy is violated, they'll help you take back control with an unlimited service guarantee, consultation, and a complete array of tools, empowering you to have control over your digital life. You don't have to hope you haven't accidentally opened a door to an attack. You can take control and keep your privacy secure. Contact the privacy management experts at ID Sheild today.
Well, that's a quick overview, and the reputation management and cyberbullying, all these arenas are brand new. We actually they just came online last week, and so that's expands everything that we do. The reputation management, there's a few specialized firms that you can pay an annual fee to help you with that, but it's included with our ID Sheild at no additional cost. They've also added cyberbullying so that they'll do consultation and help you deal with that. Even going through with smart TVs, phones, kind of anything that impacts your identity is all included in our program. And that's a quick overview of some aspects of what the small biz guy does. And in addition to having these tools, and really what I try to do is just help small business owners recognize things that can be both good and bad that they're dealing with, have tools to help work with some of those. And then a lot of what I do is have coffee and talk with you and brainstorm on marketing and any aspect of your business. You can find out some additional information about what's going on with me at Donny Hunter. We are legalsheild.com or POCTLLC.com, or you can also get our free Legal Sheild app if you just text Donny to 737-777-9909. Sign up for the app, and you'll be able to ask Aaron different legal questions and get some answers, and there's some forms included in that too. And so now I think I am done.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Donny. I really like the beginning of this where you really tackle the heart of an entrepreneur. That really shows your experience and just the kind of the story where he goes back to where you started as a newspaper boy, starting on a bicycle, placing the papers by the milk bottles. I love that. That really resonates just because of the heart of an entrepreneur. Really, there's got to be that step of excellence that goes above and beyond instead of just like, oh, I'm going to throw it and wing it, versus knowing exactly what you're going to target and do. I would love to kick off with a question for you, just based out of your experience as an entrepreneur, just like Joshua and Leslie, for example, moving from a different state into a new city, what advice, what wisdom, I guess, would you, so to speak, kind of encourage new entrepreneurs that are starting businesses like this with avenues of, hey, how to build relationships? As they said, their vision is relationship, education, design, and innovation. Those four things I think those are four great pillars to start building the foundation. How would you take that into the relationship side of, okay, 1MC, yes, but outside of that, connecting that, they're doing donuts. In your experience, what have you seen be successful with helping that?
Well, the main thing is probably developing a networking mindset and understanding how to network. At heart, I'm an introvert, but one of the things of being an entrepreneur I've learned is you can't do much business sitting in the corner not talking to anybody. So I had to learn how to network and how to find different places to do that. And I think this year we're all learning new ways to do that. But one of the cores I found many years ago was the fact that it can be overwhelming to go to a big chamber event, say there's some of the Waco chamber events may have 100 people there or more. And so how do you tackle something like that? And so it's realizing that you need to have a goal for each event that you're going to do. And so my goal is having no more than three or four new contacts. And so when I can target that and going into a room, it becomes a lot more effective than me trying to pass out cards to 50 people. And because what happens with your card goes in their pocket. As soon as they get to the office, it goes in the drawer and it's done. So I want to connect with them, find out information about them, get their card, and then I'll give them my card. And then you have two pockets. So I'll put just a card in my right pocket, but I'll put the cards of people that I plan on contacting in my left pocket. So when I get back to the office, I'll pull them out and I automatically have started my contact or relationship management process. And so then I book a coffee. I go have coffee with lots of people. And I want to learn more about what you do. And then I also want to pass on information from my standpoint. And so that to me is critical. Looking at that, we're now having to learn how to do that in Zoom meetings versus doing it at the coffee shops. Although at least we've opened up enough now, I can go to a coffee shop again, which is thank goodness. But that is something that I think everybody has to master. And the big thing you have to watch for is how do I fit that into my schedule? Because as your business grows, you get the tyranny, the urgent is I've got to design, build, install. But if you don't book on your calendar each week at least a few hours to get out and network and basically market your business, you'll suddenly wake up and realize your pipeline's not full.
Donny, we have a question from Leslie. With marketing, where are the best places to market and where can I get the best bang for my buck?
Good question. I have a son who owns Social Media Cowboys, he and Chris Hope, so they can help you with social media. But the big thing I find is I want referrals and I want to connect with people. So it's getting out, like with y'all's product, I think it's extremely important just in the beginning to be in that educational mode that you talked about, helping people understand the flexibility that you have and how strong and tough your product is, because that's what caught my attention immediately, because I don't want to spend the money for granite, but I do want something that's looks cool and is very long lasting, because you're right, countertops are everywhere in your house, and having something you can do multiple locations is cool. So you have to be flexible, but you have to watch your dollars too. It's more of social media will help you, but I use anything like that to either get a face-to-face or a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, no, well said. What I would tag onto that, Donny, I thought you were trying to throw a little pun there when you said, don't take it for granted. I was like, I see you. But I think that was unintentional, but I'll give you clap for it. Something that you said that reminded me of something, what we're really serious about here at 1MC is that we like to establish connection over networking. The whole business card thing, when you can shift your mindset from networking and business card, okay, cool, this is a sale, or vice versa, and you can change it to connection, such as Leslie, the donuts. It's shown that you're thinking about something. You're thinking about something that there's a need for. Oh, they may be hungry, or they might need something to drink. You're shifting that from, oh, I'm just here to do this. You're showing genuine kindness and care for the people. So as entrepreneurs, if we can capitalize on, we care for you and what you're doing and where you're going, and express our heart for people in the community in return will help you where you're going. So thank you, Donny, so much for being a part of today. We really appreciate you. Glad you're here. So this is going to kind of wrap up 1MC for today. One thing I would love to just do is, if you guys aren't following us already on Facebook and Instagram, please do so. That way you keep in line with what we're up to. And if y'all have any questions, email us at waco@1millioncups.com. There you go. waco@1millioncups.com. Also reach out to us on Facebook. We're always watching that as well. We really appreciate you guys jumping in. Thanks, Leslie, Joshua, Donny, and everybody else that was a part of the Zoom today. If you have anything you need us, let us know. We're really appreciative of the community and what you guys do for us. That's going to be a wrap for today. You guys enjoy your week and stay safe out there, all right?
Joshua.
Yes, sir.
What's your contact info?
Yes, yeah, my wife and I were actually texting back and forth, and like, oh my goodness, we didn't put any contact information. Yeah, like we made that realization. I can, so it's my email is jdunnigan@cornerstonedesignco.com.
Okay, what's your cell?
It's 505-321-5552.
When you reach out to K. Paul Holt, tell him Donny Hunter sent you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. So
great.
And you should connect with him. He knows every contractor in the Central Texas area.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I really appreciate that.
Sure. And let's get together and have coffee.
I love coffee.
Love to brainstorm with y'all.
Yeah, that'd be great. I love coffee, so that's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny. Joshua, send me your contact info as well. I'd love to connect with you outside too sometime.
Perfect. That sounds great. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. If y'all need anything, we're here. We're close. That's our heart. We just like to connect and collaborate with everybody that's here and just really kind of grow the community.
I'm going to send it in the chat real quick.
Do it.
There you go, sir.
Perfect.
You guys have a great afternoon, or morning, actually. It's still morning.
Yeah, there you go.
Get through the morning first.
All right, thank you all. Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you soon.